Just stopped for a quick cigarette on my long, lengthy bike ride out to the shelter. Our 30-year temporary bridge. Traffic gets busy, I guess, this time of day. But if you look, you can actually see that it's just starting to freeze over. So much more, you can see it so much better. How well this will show up, I don't know, but you can see a little bit closer up, the air bubbles frozen in. There's one spot way out in the middle. I don't know if you can see it. It's one little circle, one little hole. I don't think she's frozen all the way, but we'll try. We'll do a toss test. Frozen enough for that stick. Found a big stick to toss out. I'm going to do it before somebody comes along and I look like a mental case. Just thought I'd stop and show you a kind of rough distance. Way down the end of that road in town. If you could see the vehicles go by way up there, and you come down the hill towards me, there's the lake, back up the hill. And I still got all the way out there to that stop sign to go, and then I'm still not there yet. Hey everybody, after fighting with the wind and the traffic, and now this camera for the last, I don't know, 5 minutes? Well, the camera for 5 minutes anyways. I'm here. So you recognize the scenery. I've got this lovely little tripod so I can get those cool looking shots. Got my bag, got the Crosman 781. Even found this nice metal plate I'm going to turn into kind of a heat shield. We'll take a quick moment here while I'm recording. Show you the stream. Just a tiny little creek that runs into Kettle Creek. She goes all the way back up, and one of these days we'll go on an adventure and explore that. For right now, I'm gonna load up and head on up the absent trail because there is no trail there. Alright, come on, we're bugging out. See, there's two ways you can walk back here. Well, I guess there's more than two ways, but two ways I differ between so that I don't ever leave too much of a path. So I follow along the deer path for one. It's a natural path. Natural as far as deer go. Or you can walk down through the grass, which is also a floodplain, so it can be soggy. And today, I'm doing that zigging and zagging up and down the hill as I'm going through and along. Mental note, it takes more energy to do this up and down the hill rather than just flat across. Never a shortage of firewood. I'm gonna give this camera a break though, because I'm getting tired of carrying it, and I know if there's deer you won't see them anyways. But got some more covering to do today. Thing sticks out like a sore thumb. Yeah. I'm gonna get a little fire going in a minute. Make myself some coffee. Before I go move my stove around and everything, get it all situated in a new spot inside the shelter. Yeah, it's rough. She's gonna need some work. But now that we haven't had snow long enough and I can actually see how much that plastic's showing through, I got some more work. Anyhow, been thinking about another shelter. I'm setting out to make a tripod so I can hang my little coffee thing and I can make myself some coffee. I'm gonna need 3 long poles. I've got my rope and I've got my machete to do some cutting. because I can't hang on to this phone because the camera's done now. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to have to do this in segments somehow, and I don't know how. So as I get a little bit done, I'll try and film a little more, and a little more, and a little more until I have a tripod, and I'll have coffee. Alright, I've wandered around and found my 3 long sticks I'm going to use as my poles. The 3 thinner ends, I'm going to tie them together up top, kind of bundle them, fashion like, I do believe his name is Nate, from his bushcrafting video. I get that to get done and together, I'll show you this. It just seems kind of redundant doing it this way with the phone, but at least you get to see a little bit of my progress. What I've done for my bundling is I tied it to one stick. I went under, over, under, over, under a whole bunch of times, about 3 times each, 2 times each. Then 2 times wrapped around that joint, 2 times around there. I'm going to drag it over and set her on up. Okay, so it turned out a little tall, and I cheated and I used paper to start my fire. But easy problem, I could just take like a foot off each of the legs of the tripod. Solve the problem of it being too tall. But otherwise, it's not a bad idea in case you got like a raging fire and you got a big pot of something on there and you really want it boiling. Or who knows. So I've got my canister full of water, stainless steel, and it's a glare. It's just a tin foil lid with a little hole poked through it so I can tell when she's steaming. But it's just sitting right over the fire enough. That shouldn't take any time at all to boil. So I got the stove moved. Just as smoky, but at least more of the heat staying in. I gotta work on my door a little bit. Make sure it's not letting in too much of a draft, because I can actually feel one now that I mentioned it. But as you can tell, my nice little fire, my nice little stove. I got my feet warming up by it. I don't know how much longer I got on this battery. Finally got the camera to work again. Had a little bit of juice, but it's dying now. So I'll just give you a quick once around. You can kind of see in here. The door. The flag. The me. Hey, how's it going? Oh, and of course, the buddy's still here watching the tent. Got my Crosman 781. It's not all garbage, by the way. That's just random things I brought out and left out. A couple water bottles, a couple bags. Bags will be used for insulating. And my socks are steaming. Can you see that? But I'm not staying the night out here tonight. I didn't bring any creamer for my coffee. I'm drinking black coffee all day, and I'm not too thrilled about it. It's better than nothing. I'll be biking home soon. It's pretty windy out there, and yeah, I'm just not feeling the best today. But I'm still glad I got out here and moved the stove and played around with that a little bit. So far I haven't lit anything on fire, keeping a very, very close eye on that. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Compared to the stress of home, the things going on in my life, which I'm not going to divulge into right now, but this is much more peaceful. I could sleep out here. I might even have a nap before I bike home. Probably not, but hey. So I'm trekking through the bush out of here, and I'm going to pull out the phone, do a final video, let you guys know the gun jammed. I don't know if it's the wrong pellets or what. It's not the wrong pellets, there's something wrong with the barrel. And I'm going to have to rip it apart and figure that out. The reason I'm pointing the phone this way, it's a massive deer path. It runs from way over there, all up and along, up through here. I'll show you that in a minute, but something that caught my eye way back from the hillside, because I was walking the hillside again, like I was talking about earlier. Look at this. I'm going to have to venture over there next time I come out and check it out. Hang on, I'm going to try zooming. Here, try this. If you know whose that is, if it is yours, comment below. Holy hell. And like I said, if it's yours, comment below. If you've used it, whatever, comment. Doesn't look very warm though. I'm gonna show you this deer trail real quick. And then I am gonna go try and find my bike and get the hell home. Because it's warm at home and I still not feeling too good. Ah, here's part of it. See? That wasn't the main one though. I seen a big one. Yeah, I said big one. Here it is. I already seen the deer on here on my way out. Comes up and through here and from over here. And they join together. See it? Eat some scat. Look at it all, eh? Gotta keep my head up. I'm gonna friggin' run over by some deer. Anyways, I'm gonna follow this back up and out with my jammed pellet gun. That's depressing. Guess that's what field tests are for though, right? Yeah, we'll go this way. We'll stick with the trail. Hoping I got enough videos today to make an interesting video for you guys. I plan on building another shelter soon. Secondary. A little bit closer. And it's going to be up in here. I think. Because there's lots of materials. Here's that little creek that I always start my video by. Anyhow, I'm putting the phone away. My fingers are purple. Talk to you guys later.